Good morning. Good Monday morning to you, December 12th. Man, closing in on Christmas here in a hurry. Well, I got something important to talk to you guys about this morning. I try to stay away from hot button topics. I'm always trying to be positive and encourage people, but man, there's a, part of me that has always been one that takes up for people that are getting taken advantage of, that are vulnerable, and it's just something I can't turn off inside of myself. And I heard a story this weekend that was really disheartening to me, and just wanted to create awareness about it. If you don't know about it, I think it's important. But apparently, the Mattel company that makes the American Doll has decided to put booklets in their dolls and information in there that question young ladies about their sexuality. And I'm going to preface this at the very beginning. If you're an adult and you choose to live your life in a certain way that's different than other people, so be it. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to ridicule you. I'm not going to love you any less if it's somebody in my life. And if somebody's taking advantage of somebody that's choosing to live that way, I would respond the same way. Anybody that gets taken advantage of or is vulnerable, but children are especially vulnerable. They haven't had the life experiences. They haven't been taught how to think in a proactive way where they evaluate risk versus reward. And you start introducing confusion to them at an early age, it is a bad thing, especially on a sexual level. To me, nobody should introduce sexual orientation stuff to your children unless it's the parents or the parents have given consent to someone. To me, that should be a crime. You should be on a sex offenders list, whether you're a company, a person, whoever you are. You should not be talking to children about sexual orientation. It's wrong on so many different levels. So just wanted to make people aware of that. I wasn't aware of it. I was shocked when I seen it. I was like, holy cow, that's preying on the most vulnerable people in the world. What are they thinking? It's not their job to do that. It's parents' jobs to raise their kids and to introduce the things that they want to introduce to their children in their life. And it's just, to me, it's taking a step way beyond where a company should be. Especially they should be ashamed of themselves. So but I want to draw a positive from this. I think there's something to be learned about what's going on in our world today. And I think people, not only children but adults, are being encouraged to base their life decisions off of their feelings. And the problem here is, from a very early age, we have hundreds of random thoughts that are going through our mind on a daily basis, and learning to process those in a productive way where you evaluate risk versus reward. You evaluate life impact on making that decisions. Some of the worst crimes in our world are stemmed from people making decisions based off their feelings. They have hate towards someone else. They've got bad feelings, bad intentions, and somewhere along the line they've been led to believe that it's okay to think that way, that you should base your life decisions, your major life impacting decisions, based on your feelings. It's the worst idea, worst advice you could ever give anyone. Not to say that feelings shouldn't be factored in at somewhere along the line, but that shouldn't be where it starts. We have, as human beings, like I said, I've studied psychology, and we have hundreds, sometimes thousands of random thoughts a day. And if we don't learn how to process those in a way that can lead to a effective, good life for ourselves, we're in trouble, and we should be encouraging our young children to think that way, to be proactive thinkers. I don't hide my girls from anything that's out in the world today. We discuss it, we evaluate it, we look at history. We're Christians, we look at it from a God perspective. We do our due diligence to give them the most information, because at the end of the day, when they become adults, they're going to make their own decisions. And however they choose to live their life, we will be 100% behind them. But the deal is they're going to be well informed. They're going to understand the mind and the thought process and how it works and the random thoughts that come in and how you process those and how you deal with them. It's important, and it's getting lost in our world today. And I think going down this road that we're going to teach people and encourage people to base their major life decisions based on their feelings, man, just leads to one destructive thing after the next. Like I said, I'm not trying to disparage any group of people. And if you're adult, you want to live your life a certain way, so be it. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to ridicule. I'm not going to love you any less. That's you want to know how I feel. That's how I feel. So, but something important to me, you can tell probably by my voice. I don't like vulnerable people, especially children, getting preyed upon, and I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong in so many different levels. So, man, if you're not aware of that, be aware of it. Encourage other people to be aware of it. I don't think anybody agrees that the young people in our world should be preyed on from a sexual orientation way. I think it's a terrible, terrible thing. So you guys have a great Monday. Think about that a little bit. What do you base your life decisions on? Is it based on your feelings? Do you have a good critical way of evaluating risk versus reward and the impacts? And are you helping people that's within your sphere when they ask or maybe call upon you to give them advice? How do you help people make good decisions? It's important. It's important in our world. There's too many crazy decisions being made, and it doesn't seem to be. The thing is, if you don't pay attention to it, if you don't be a positive in the be light in the darkness, the darkness will grow. So you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you back here in the morning.